Hello everyone, welcome back to another session of Bootstrap tutorial. In this class, I'm going to show you what are drop-down menus. So this is Amazon shopping site. You can see that there is a drop-down menu here labeled as shopping online. So there is an inverted triangle over here. As you click on this, you will be getting a drop-down menu. Okay, so that is shopping online and all categories. So you have one more drop-down menu here wherein you can select the language. Okay, so there is a triangle over here. As you press down, click on this, like you will be able to see the list of items that are there in this particular menu. So these are examples of drop-down menus, and you can create them by using Bootstrap. So let us get started. Are all the classes that are available in the Bootstrap. So the first class that is available is the drop-down class, through which like you can create the drop-down, and okay, so drop-down toggle will create the triangle, and then drop-down menu will create the menu, and then you need to add one after the other the elements into the drop-down menu. So you can also add headings to the drop-down menus, like by using the class which is drop-down-header. And you can also add partitions between the items in the items of the drop-down menu by using the drop-down divider. And then you can also make a particular item inside the drop-down active and disabled. And you can also make it drop end and drop start and drop up. The example that I have shown you with Amazon is the drop down. Okay. So then the other class is the drop down menu end. So wherein in case if there is a very big label, okay, for the menu name is very big. So then you want the items list to appear on the right side, then you will be using the drop down menu, and I'll show everything in practicals. And then drop down item text. If you want to make the item to be simply a text, okay, so not an item, so then you will be using the drop down item text. So then you can make group buttons together and make them as a drop down menu. Okay, so the first thing that I'm doing is I'm creating a container. So here in I am saying a div class is equal to container. I am taking container. Div class is equal to container. So drop downs are available in Bootstrap 5. So I have included all the Bootstrap code in the HTML document. So you can see all that documentation, everything is included over here inside the header tag. Okay, so this is mandatory before proceeding further. And inside the container, so I'm taking another div class. So I said div class is equal to, so as I said, we'll be using the drop down class to create the drop down menus. So I just created the drop down class, and inside this I'll be creating a button. So I said button class is equal to, so what is the class? So I need button class and I need the primary button. So I'm just taking the primary button, and along with this I need to add one more class which is called as a um, drop down hyphen toggle. Okay, so this is the class I need to add to create the toggle. I'll show you if I'm not giving that what will happen. So I need to add HTML attribute which is data hyphen bs hyphen toggle. So this will actually connect it to the drop down menu. So I'm saying it is drop down. Okay. So I have created a button and I'll be naming the button. So let me name the button to be the drop down menu. Okay. So I'm saying drop down and then menu. Okay. So this is the name of the button. So let me close the button. Okay. So I just have closed the button. Let me close the div tag as well and show you how it will look as of now. Okay. So I didn't add the other classes. I just have added the drop down and drop down toggle. Let us see how it will look like. So as I execute, you can see that I just got a button, and the button is btn primary, so which is blue color, and you can see like the name of the button is drop down menu, so that appeared on top of the button, and you can see that there is a inverted triangle over here. As I click on this, nothing appeared because I didn't add the menu and the items. So let me actually give some margin on top here inside the div tag. So I said div class is equal to container, right? So let me actually add a class which is, I want the margin on top and I want the margin of 3. So as I do that, you can see that I'll be getting, okay, so this is the class. So let me do that. Okay, so as I added, you can see that I got a margin on top. Okay, so MP3, so I got a margin on top. This particular, so let me actually remove this drop down hyphen toggle and show you what will happen. So I just have removed that and let me execute. So you can see that this toggle didn't appear. Okay, so the triangle did not appear. So it is important that you also include the class which is called as drop down toggle. Okay, so that is important. And so now you can see that the drop down toggle button has appeared. So after giving the button, so let me actually start giving the menu. So let me take the UL tag, which is unordered list tag. So inside this unordered list tag, I'm saying class is equal to. So I want to create a drop down list. So I'm saying drop down and then hyphen, which is menu. Okay, so I want to create a menu, so I'm giving a class which is drop down menu. And then inside this particular, let me close this UL tag, and in between this UL open and UL close tags, let me give the items. So I'm saying li is will add an item to the list. So li, inside the li tag, I need to give a class which is called as a drop down item. Okay, so I need to add the item by using the class which is called as drop down item. So let me give the items. So say for example, mouse is one item that I want to add to it, and so display. Okay, so display is another item I want to add to it. Okay, and then say for example, keyboard I want to add to it. So let me actually make this as a keyboard. Okay, so these are the three items that I have added onto the menu. Okay, so let me execute and show you. So this is the drop down menu. Nothing will be visible unless until I click on this button. Okay, so as I click on the toggle button, you can see mouse, display, and keyboard. All this appeared for me. Okay, so what in all we have seen? Let me actually show you. So we have seen the we have seen the drop down class. Okay, and then we have seen the drop down toggle. What is the functionality of it? We also have seen drop down menu, how to give it, and then we have seen drop down item as well. Okay, so now let us see how to give the anchor, how to make a particular item as an anchor. Okay, so let me again get back. Okay, so let me again come back over here. So I can make a list. Okay, so I can make this particular mouse, for example, as an anchor or in a hyperlink. So I'm saying A is equal to href is equal to. So I'm giving some hash over here. Okay, and then class is equal to drop down item, and then I made mouse to be as a hyperlink. So I'll show you how it will look like. So let me close the anchor tag and all that. So this mouse I made it as an hyperlink. Okay, so as I refresh this and come here, so this is the menu, right? So just keep observing my mouse movement. So as I come to the keyboard, I got a pointer. Display also I got a pointer, but when I move it on the mouse, you can see that I got a hand pointer, meaning that it is an hyperlink. Okay, right. So this is how you can make a particular element inside your drop down list and link. Okay, so now let us see what is meant by drop down header. So you can add a heading to it, meaning that it is a computer related items. So let me add a header to it. So how can I do that? I'll be taking an li. So on top of this, right, inside this UL, so I'll be adding a header. So I'm saying li class is equal to, okay, let me take a heading tag, so which is h5 tag, and I'm saying class is equal to, so what is the class which is drop down? Okay, so header. Okay, so which is nothing but drop down header. So let me close this and this h5, and in between this let me write what I want. So it is computer related item, so I am saying computer, and then close the li tag. So now you will be getting the heading. So you can see that computer is, you cannot click on computer because this is heading. Okay, mouse you can click, display you can click, and keyboard also you can click on it. You can select, but computer you cannot select, and you can see the color of it is also slightly different from the items in the menu. Okay, so you can see that you cannot do anything with this. So this is the header. Okay, so we have seen the header. So what is the next one? So the next one is, so we have seen the header. So what's the next one? Next one is the drop down divider. So let us add a drop down divider. So let me again get back here. Okay, so where I'll be adding the divider is, so I'll be adding the divider after this items. Okay, and I'll start new items over there. So I'm saying li, and so I need an horizontal rule over here. So which is HR, and inside HR I'm saying class is equal to drop down ruler. Okay, so drop down divider. So I have given a class which is drop down divider, and let me close this align tag. So let me show you how it will look now. Let me add one more item below it. Okay, and then you will be able to see it clearly. Okay, so fine. So you can see that there is a horizontal rule over here, which is nothing but the drop down divider. Okay, so if you take off this, uh, okay, so let us check that also. So you can see that there is a horizontal line over here, but generally we divide the menu items based on the category, right? So there is nothing below it, so there is no meaning in giving a rule over here. But if there are more items below it of different category, you can use this drop down divider. So we have seen drop down divider now. So let us see what is meant by being active, disabled, and drop in and all that. Okay, so let me get back here. Okay, so let me make one item to be disabled. So for example, display. Okay, so display, I am making it as disabled. Okay, so when I make display to be disabled, you can see that I can't do anything with the display. Okay, so I can't even, it's not selected or it's simply there. I cannot do anything over here. Okay, so in the same way, I can make one item to be active. Okay, so say for example, I want to make mouse to be active. So I'm saying I just have put an active class over here, and as a refresh you can see mouse is active. Okay, so active means that it will be getting all that color, and yeah, it will be shown. Okay, right. So this is the active and disabled. So now as you can see that this is a drop down list. Okay, so the list is dropping down. So say you want the list to come on the right side or onto the left side, you can use the options which are called as drop start and drop end. Where I need to go back to this particular line where I have given the drop down. So in here, I am giving the option of where it needs to. Okay, so I'm saying drop end. So I have given a class over here which is drop end, and let us see how it will look. So you can see that the triangle have pointed to the end this side, and as I click, I will be getting the menu at the end, okay, which is onto the right side. So if I want it at the start, so I can simply say drop start. Okay, so as I said drop start, you can see that this toggle have come, drop down toggle has come to the beginning, and as I click on this, you can see that the elements, there is no place here, right? So that's the reason why it has come here. But if there is place here, it will be actually showing the menu here. In a similar way, you can also make it drop up. Okay, so as I do drop up, you can see that the triangle has come up, and since there is no place up, it is coming down. So these are all the three options. So let us look what we have seen. We have seen active, disabled, end, start, up. All this we have seen. So now we'll see what is drop down menu end. Okay, so what is meant by drop down menu end? To understand this, let me actually increase the name of the drop down menu. So I'm saying the name of the menu is this is drop down menu list and all that I'm doing. So the name of the button itself is very big. Okay. So let me actually refresh this and take off this drop up. Okay, so I have taken this drop up and let me actually show you. So the default is drop down. Okay, this is drop down menu list, and you can see that the name of the list button is very big. And when I click on here, you can see that the menu is smaller compared to this particular bit. The menu is small. So where did the menu appear? So the menu appeared on the left end of this particular button. Okay, so to this particular drop down menu list. So if you want this to appear on the right side, so you can use that option which is called as drop down end. Okay, so where I am doing that is so inside this particular class drop down menu, right? So here I'm saying drop down, okay, menu, and I'll say end. Okay, so I said drop down menu end. So let me actually run this. So as I click on this, you can see that this menu have appeared on the right side. Okay, so now let us see, like we have finished this drop down menu as well. Drop down menu end. Now we'll see what is drop down item text. Okay, so coming to the drop down item text, say I want to add one more item. So I have added one more item, but I don't want the item to be an item. Okay, so I want it to be as a text. Okay, so herein I'm saying drop down text. Okay, so what's the name of the class? So the name of the class is drop down item text. So let me actually make it that way. Okay, so it is drop down item hyphen text. Okay, so I made so let us say that CPU, I made it as a text. Okay, so let me run this. So as you come here, so I made CPU as a text, right? So I cannot do anything with this. Okay, so it will be simply like a text. I cannot do any operations like clicking on it or nothing. I cannot do anything. Okay, so even my mouse is not pointing to it and all that. So this is what is called as drop down text item text. Okay, right. So now we'll see how to create the button groups and how to group them together and add the drop down menu to the buttons. So I'll take off all this and we'll start creating the button group. So let me take div and then class is equal to, so we need to create the button group, right? So I'm saying btn hyphen group. So I want to create a button group. So I have kept that in the div tag. So inside the div tag, so let me just close the div tag, and in between this, okay, so in between this, I need to give my buttons. So I'm taking one button. So button type is equal to button, and then okay, so type is equal to button, and then class is equal to, so class is equal to, so what is the class? Btn, and I'm saying btn primary. Okay, so what else we need to add? We need to I'll just create the button as of now. So I am saying computer. Okay, computer, and then I am closing this button tag. So let me create one more button. Okay, so one more button, and now this button will be say for example groceries. Okay, right? So I just have added this. So then I want one more button, but now I want this button to have the toggle. Okay, so the toggle drop down toggle. So for in here, I need to create again another button group. So I am saying div class is equal to btn group. Okay, so inside this, I'm creating a button. So button type is equal to button, and then I'll have class is equal to, So which is btn of course and btn hyphen primary, and then I need to add all that. So what is that? Drop down. Okay, so drop down toggle. So this will actually create the toggle for us. And I'm saying data hyphen bs hyphen toggle is equal to drop down. Okay, so this is wherein we are linking with the drop down. Okay, so this is what we just need to do. And let me give the name of it, and the name of it is say for example I am saying kitchen items. Okay, so I'm saying kitchen, and then let me close the button. I close the button. Okay, fine. So now inside this, what I'll do is I'll add the menu. So I'll take the UL tag and then I'll say class is equal to. So what is the class? Class is equal to drop down all the things that we have learned. Okay, so drop down menu, and then I'm starting giving my list. What is the li tag? Li tag will add items into the list. Okay, so inside the li tag, I am saying drop down, okay, item, okay, drop down item, and you can see you can say like ovens. Okay, so then I'm closing this, and then let me take one more item over here. Okay, so which is like I can say mixing. Okay, fine. So let me close the ul tag. Okay, and this is for the this div and this div. Okay, so let me give one more div over here. Okay, so this is for this one, and these two are for this one. Okay, so as I refresh this, you can see that I got computer, groceries, and then kitchen items. Um, okay, I have given two double quotes here. Okay, fine. Okay, so you can observe the difference. Okay, so now I have created the button group, and you can see that the toggle button appeared along with the kitchen. As I click on this drop down, you will be able to see this oven and mixie and all that. Okay, so this is how actually we group the buttons and the toggle drop down menus toggles together. Okay, so let me come to this particular BTN group here. So the beginning one, right? So here inside this I need to write btn hyphen group, and I want the group to be vertical. Okay, so as you can see, this menu over here, this button group over here is horizontal. Okay, so if you want the vertical arrangement of this particular menu items, you will be using btn hyphen group hyphen vertical. Okay, so as I click on this particular run, you can see that I have created the vertical grouping. Okay, so this is the last topic. Okay, so I hope this video is helpful to you. Thank you for watching.